Teo. Shut the talking to
What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. BWGTOW, BWGTOW, Black Women Going Their Own Way. That's what the acronym stands for. New movement. I had to jump on this. I haven't done a MGTOW related video in a while. I guess you could consider this a MGTOW related video. So I'm gonna call this tentative title, BWGTOW and the Aftermath. I don't know. But BWGTOW is essentially trying to be like MGTOW in the sense that it's black women going their own way, but it's not the same. It's not the same ideology as MGTOW, where MGTOW is more based on, men just concentrating on shit to strengthen themselves. Not so much well, fuck you. You know what I mean? We're doing this out of spite. It's more of, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna chase you and do all this retarded shit. I just concentrate on my life and fulfill my dreams. I don't see BWGTOW as that. I see it more as a spiteful thing. But it's just to me, the whole movement is backwards, because black women, and let me say this, it's not all black women. I keep having to repeat that because I don't want people coming here saying that you're talking about every single one. No. But for purposes of this video, I'm gonna say black women. But black women, they have been going their own way since forever. Some have said even back to slavery times, but you don't have to jump back that far. One of my favorites, or one of my favorite talking points is the civil rights era / the feminist movement. That is a perfect example of black women going their own way. I've already covered this, how white women came to black women not because they gave a shit about their rights, but only because they wanted strength in numbers. And when white women ultimately got what they wanted, they went back home. Black women stayed out, shouting the same "I don't need a man" mantra and doing whatever the fuck she wanted. You see lately on social media, you have the Swirling movement. And I never really did a video on it because there were a few brothers that covered it very well, i.e. David Carroll, Equazi 100, people like that. But this is one of the offshoots of the whole BWGTOW movement, I guess. Because to me, it's always been there. It's just now it just has a fucking name. Or they're just taking the MGTOW name and just putting black women in front of it. Swirling movement is just another way of calling it BWGTOW, because it's the same thing, two sides of the same coin, because it's like these women, the premise of Swirling is, well, we're not dealing with none of these no good black men. We've had kids with them, we've done this and that, but we're gonna look for a white dude to come save my ass. That's the any of the black women that deal with that bullshit. That's the ultimate premise. Now it has been cleaned up a little bit, but that was because a few black men checked some of these women that were involved in that whole bullshit. And let me say this too. I don't have a problem with interracial dating at all. Hell, I've done it myself. But when your premise is, oh, I'm gonna go purposely look for a white dude to save my ass after I've been doing all this fucking fuckery and shit, dealing with no good niggas that you knew were no good from the get-go, but now you're fucking tired of dealing with no good niggas because you didn't know how to vet the dude. You act like you don't know what a good man is. Now you want a white dude to come and fucking save you. You women that believe that ideology are in for a rude awakening, and you can see it as of late. You look at a YouTuber by the name of Crystal and Karazin, who, she's one of the figureheads for this whole swirling bullshit. And, those on the black sector of YouTube already know what the fuck went down with her. She had a man on one of her Google Hangouts by the name of Veganator, who basically said, he don't really fuck with black chicks. That's his preference. He messed with one, and this chick was just, ratchet as shit. Just wasn't his cup of tea. He said, you know what? It's not his thing. And you had one of these BWGTOW chicks say that he was a white supremacist simply because he said, it's not my thing. I don't see, this is how a lot of these females, this is why that whole movement, now that it has a name, is going to crumble, because these women are so fucking insecure that they believe that just because you don't prefer them, you're a white supremacist. Now, I've told you about these little phrases and names that people throw out so flippantly. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It just means, well, you don't agree with me. And this is a problem within not only black women, but just the black community as a whole, because you're sitting here acting like you should just be a hive mind. We suffer from groupthink. If the dude don't want to fuck with you, okay, there's other dudes out there that will. You know what I mean? Like, why does every man on the planet have to like you? But yeah, this swirling thing is basically the same thing as BWGTOW. Again, I believe that black women have been going their own way for a long time. They're a very protected group socially in the United States of America, especially. They're a very protected group. A lot of these liberals protect you. You feed into their bullshit, even though they're being very condescending, and they're the real racist ones too. But y'all will feed into that. Those are the white dudes that you love, even though a lot of you claim, fuck white people and this and that. Y'all will turn around at the drop of a hat. And you know the type of black women I'm talking to. Not all of them again, but at the drop of a hat, you will go over to that white man. At the end of the day, I mean, look at the swirling movement, for example. I shouldn't even have to go that far, but just check out swirling, check out all that shit. It just proves my point and other brothers' points to a T. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. BWGTOW. There has always been a BWGTOW throughout the ages, so I don't know why now it's such a big fucking deal. It's just a self-imploding ideology, if you ask me. It's not gonna last long. Just again, I referenced the Veganator, I referenced Crystal and Karazin, that little Google Hangout thing. She took it down, by the way, and she took down her crying and apologizing and this and that. And the other thing I want to cover too is she was talking about how black men, well, she said men in general, but then she started breaking it down, and she said black men weren't coming to her defense. Why would a black man come to your defense? You don't want to fuck with them. They're no good according to your ideology. Why? Why would they? And then the same BWGTOW woman was saying the same thing about black men, saying, oh, they're no good, fuck them, this and that. No, fuck that shit. No, you created this ideology. You should stand with it. Stay staunch. Defend it. See, at least I would have some sort of respect for y'all, but I really don't. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to ramble too much. Check it out. A lot of y'all have heard about this. I know some people wanted my opinion on it. That's what I think. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. That's it. Peace, bitches.